Hello and welcome to episode 51 of the Value of Talent podcast. I'm your host, Harry Trades, and with me, as always, the main man. He's finally free from the toilet.
From the toilet.
Federico, how are we doing?
Good evening, good morning, good whatever you are. Today is a beautiful day. It's gonna be perfect and very nice and chilled episode. Looking forward to it. And yeah, let's just move it.
Perfect. Yeah, no, sorry we're a little bit late. Obviously, Fed had to take care of a few bits and bobs, but that's fine. It's all
It's
all
always
taken care of.
it's always me, by the way. Harry's
It's
always on.
always him. They know that. They know that. The people aren't stupid, fella. They know what's going on.
I know.
But now, lads, I really do appreciate you all being patient with us. Episode 51 today, we are going to be looking at, well, the topic of the episode is going to be, why Sorare or how Sorare is never going to be the same again in relation to, the March or the end of March, beginning of April updates, changes to divisions and regions, and everything is just going to get a massive shakeup, isn't it? And I just think we're in limbo right now, Fed, aren't we? And I don't think anyone really wants to, like, in a weird way, I think everyone wants to just, everyone wants the end of March now. I think we all want, these new competitions in front of us because then we can like really plan for them. Obviously, you can plan now, but it's a month down the road, man. Like a lot of things change in football in a month, isn't it? So, that's kind of what I want to get into today. I'm just gonna give a shout out to a few of the guys that were in the stream nice and early. Shaforical, what's going on? Sorare Siegel. Who else have we got in here? Christian, what's going on, mate? Kerry Harrison.
Sorare Siegel, I have a question to you. What's your score prediction for Roma Brighton? I'm actually interested to see that.
Sorare Holland was very correct in his
what
his
did he
guess
say?
there. He said he must be out of toilet paper.
That's
It's semi-true,
kind of semi-true. Let's say that.
Looking for food. What's going on, Chani? What's going on, mate? But yeah,
go,
really
Chani.
appreciate you all. Really appreciate you all popping in. Ian as
Did
well.
Chani win?
And,
By the way, let's give him a congrats if he did.
did he win? Oh, what did he win?
I think he won. I think he did.
What was it? Challenge champion?
Champion, yes. I think Road.
No, he's in second.
Ah, man, that man.
I just
Chani,
checked.
my man is so unlucky. Always, man.
11 points.
It will come. It will come. It will definitely come.
That's a beautiful lineup, by the way.
It is, especially this Musiala card. Man, did you see the goal that Musiala scored?
I didn't know. Was it
unbelievable?
really
Unbelievable, brother.
ridiculous?
Ridiculous. Apparently, there were Manchester City and Real Madrid scouts at the game as well, so they both want Musiala. Don't think Bayern will ever sell him in the next 5 years or so, but if they do, it's not the worst. Hope he then goes to Real Madrid, but man, that's a crazy lineup. Love the collection aspect of it.
Imagine if Musiala and Davis both go to Real.
They are best friends. They do basically everything together, man. They're kind of neighbors as well in Grunwald. And I think, especially, which is not the worst, the best thing, I think Davis is kind of a party animal. And he always brings Musiala to the parties, which is not very well and nice seen to the Bayern bosses. I think, for example, last week they were at the Paris concert of Kanye West, I think.
Okay.
Like that.
Yeah.
And supposedly Davis should not have been there because he was injured and whatever. So yeah, bit of stress. And apparently Bayern bosses are not as how do you say that? Like they're basically kind of okayish now with the idea to let him go because they don't like his party attitude in a way.
Is that Davis and Musiala or just
no Davis? That's Davis.
Got you.
That's mainly Davis.
Do you think he's doing that though to rebel in a weird way?
Yeah, he does that for rebelling for sure because before he wasn't like that. He had a girlfriend before as well, but
he did. Yeah, she played for PSG, right?
Exactly. But now she plays for the Reigns, I think, in Portland. So, yes, but I think he's rebelling, which is a bit strange because I've never thought that he would be, especially for what Bayern did for him. But let's see. I don't think the last word is said. And to be honest, I can see him stay at Bayern Munich as well because Bayern Munich need a revamp, definitely, urgently. And he should be one of the guys staying and building on the future as well. He only also needs to get his injuries in check him and De Ligt, man, I love them both. They're so talented, but they're always injured. Both of them, crazy times.
We're seeing it with a lot of youngsters, aren't we? Pedri as well fell victim to it yesterday.
But I think Pedri is most likely more Barca. I think Barca medical.
Sure. Yeah.
I think the Barca medical team is really bad, like for real. Because you see,
so many.
Yeah. Especially if you see like Ansu Fati, he's not doing great at Brighton, but he's at least not always injured. So that's you that maybe a change of medical team could be good.
Maybe.
That's why, for example, just on a side note before we start, apparently Dani Olmo is going to Barca in the summer. Apparently, people and the agents are saying that and everything. But this man is always injured already. If he goes to Barca, he will make 2 games a season basically.
I know we're seeing it become, I think, way more popular as a trend, aren't we? These injuries for young players. I know Olmo's not that young, but he's not exactly old.
He's 25, so that's fine.
Yeah. So it's interesting. Just checking up on the chat. Mohammed said, "Where would Musiala fit in that Real Madrid team?" That's a good question.
I don't know.
I don't know either. That's a tough one. Chani says he doesn't believe the news at all. Musiala stays alongside Tel to start the next.
I think so as well. Okay. I think so as well. But I know the scouts were there because I heard it from a guy who actually works at Bayern, a friend of mine who works there. He told me, but as Chani said, and I say as well, Bayern will never sell Musiala. Never in the next 5 years.
Interesting. Okay, so aside from the Musiala chat then, Feder, how we feeling? We still don't have any clarity on prize pools, etc. for this new the new comps. Like, how are you feeling? Excited. Are you still in limbo? I did see a tweet this morning actually, and I saw that you were pretty happy about what's to come, I guess. Yeah.
I think this March feeling started to come over me basically. Okay. I think like literally the 1st of March I said, okay, this ain't gonna be so bad. We made our bet, so we lay in it now, basically. That's what we did. Let's just look for the best, look for the future, what can be possible, what is going to be great in Sorare, what's not going to be that great. I'm still not 1000% on board with every change they did. I think, for example, Contender, I think they need a little bit revamping that, like readjust something like that, especially the prices during the summer holidays, the summer off periods, because you cannot win cards that are not minted, that are not playing, basically. So during summer you can basically only win Asian guys, or Mexican guys,
or Argentinians.
All the other, or no, Argentinians not, because they're not in season minted in a way. But so it's not really great for people who play Argentine or Mexico to then win only Asian people.
Right.
And especially with Asians, where I love Asia, and a lot of Sorare users do love Asia. I love my Eduardo, one of the few Asians I will ever always keep in my gallery. But it's just so much harder to get news, especially because you can't translate it. You don't know the sites to go to and whatever. And what is very crazy, I think, the good place showed me that, I think, on another Discord he found something very interesting. I think, for example, look collections of Asian teams. I think there's like 50 cards per team. So you can get a lot of DMP cards as rewards, which is not necessarily great. So I think, especially with the new system, especially in the classic season, where winning cards actually mean something now, I think they should readjust or rethink the DMP rule. Especially for like tier 2, tier 3, tier 1, maybe tier 4 and tier 5 is still okay to give out DMPs, but especially for tier 1, tier 0, tier 2s, I think there shouldn't be even a second keeper DMP in there, because it should be even more fun than to win those cards, because then you can use them in season, can sell them along, of course, under the premises that you are actually able to sell the card along. So probably they need to think about that. But they're a bit in the new transition mode. A funny mistake I found today, because I was looking at the prize pools to see what to prioritize this midweek, basically. I think please do the favor, check if he's still in there. I think Jordan Petrovic was in the America prize pool, even if he played for Chelsea FC.
Let's have a little look. Like as a star
So they're
tier 1?
exactly as a star. So they're still transitioning as well. He is in there still.
Yeah.
So yeah, so they're still transitioning as well. They
Yeah,
still
that'll
need to
happen.
figure out
Yeah.
exactly. But that's funny. I wouldn't mind winning Chelsea FC George Petrovic, but
Is De La
is he?
Vega that expensive, Feder?
I think it's because the one of 10 got minted. So
Okay.
of course the
So the
first
one.
card ever on the platform. So of course it's gonna be expensive.
He's only
But did you see
100.
what
Look
happened?
at that.
Did you see?
Like,
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. If you win him
that's
as a
not a
tier,
star rare. Like,
no,
that's a
never,
star,
never.
Feder.
Yeah, but the problem is he's priced in as a star. We need more dynamic reward pools, and they always say that they have that or not. But I don't see it yet. Of course, they're working on it. I know they are in the background, but we need more dynamic prize pools for sure.
Like that
Because
is a star. That's the 2 of 10, and that went for £650.
that's a star. That's a star
If
for sure.
somebody wins De La Vega,
Especially
like
he's injured.
I know,
just
I would
said it.
be absolutely fuming. By the way,
Especially in this position, you probably will win it if you become first. So the problem is they counted him as a star based on the 1 of 10, which went for €500, right?
okay,
Like
yeah.
So, but he's not a star. Obviously, he's not a star.
Mm-hmm.
Pellegrino probably is also not a star. Like he's gonna. What were his first scores? Can you check, please?
Yeah. I think he did okay on AA. I don't think he. Yeah.
Yeah. It's okay-ish.
His scores are crazy before, yeah.
Does Musa have a new card? Yeah, because he was in this lead series.
Who? Ahmed Musa?
No, Peter.
Peter Musa. I don't.
Does he have a new card? Because he would be a star, for example, more than him.
I don't think he does. You know.
Oh, he doesn't got. He didn't get new cards.
Actually,
he will.
no.
He
Well,
will.
he's got in-season Benfica cards.
Yeah, but crazy thing is, and that's what makes me excited about the future a bit as well. I'm excited now because, as I said, we laid the bet. Now we have to basically lay in it.
Yeah.
No point in just.
We can't do anything about it, can we? It's
exactly,
isn't it?
exactly.
Yeah.
If we should have sold up, we should have done that ages ago. Basically, now it is what it is, and let's make the best out of it. And I don't want to talk anything negative anymore. I will say if there's a problem in my eyes or not, but I just don't want to be negative anymore because then I feel the community gets negative, and that's exactly the contradict to what we should do. And especially if you want to,
but we don't want to
for sure.
We're in a position where we can't.
Sure.
Well, I don't think it's right to just be like blindly positive.
No, I'm not. But
I'm not saying we do that. But yeah, and I'm not saying we do that. But like, you know what I mean? Like, I just want to be honest. Like, that's all we've ever been is honest. And sometimes that comes across very negative from you. Sometimes, and that's fine. But you know, that's your perspective. That's not you're not speaking for everyone else. You know
exactly. And I will always be honest to myself, and if I find something bad, I will say it. As I said, Contender is still shit. They still need to revamp that or revise that for sure.
Do you think they need to change the rule of what you can win, or is that the main problem you have with that?
Yes, I think because especially you can't win, like especially already that you already have these brackets now. At least you should be able to win your Zagreb
anything in the bracket. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. Especially if they're.
I'm surprised with that rule, Feder. Like, why have they made it so restrictive? You know, like
I don't know.
I don't get it. Like,
I don't know.
It is strange. It's strange, man. Because
they, as I said before, these special weeklies need to ball out everything out of the park. Like for real, they have to be so good that people get positive again, are more excited to playing it again, and we just need the prize pools. I think it's just a lot of people are just waiting to see what is possible to win, how it is going to be possible to win it, and what exact amount, and that's going to be huge, to be honest.
I was talking to Laird earlier, and I was basically asking him, like, you know, what does he think about like, you know, so from, you know, April 1st, March 29th, like that game week, obviously we'll know this beforehand because we're hoping we're going to get prize pool information. Yeah, I think that's the game week. And like, what happens to All-Star? As in, like, yeah, we have All-Star, but do you think they'll reward cash there still? Like, do we think it just comes? Because you got to think they're not going to want us to play All-Star, really, you know, because it's it's a classic mode, right? It's not in season. They want us realistically to play in season. So that's contender, champion, and challenger, and then obviously Premier League in season. Okay, so there'll be 4 in-season competitions from April 1st onwards, let's say. those are where Sorare are going to be making money from us effectively,
sure.
because those cards are worth more and blah blah blah. Right. So what happens to Allstar? Like, is Allstar completely nerfed? Do you think it has no cash? Do you think it's just cash on the podium? Like, what do we think, lads? Let us know in the comments as well. But yeah,
crazy thing. I think they just leave it like this.
You think they'll leave it, do you?
David, I think they leave it like that. And especially because people love this competition so much, and so many people were like so disappointed of it being gone.
It was gonna go, yeah.
Still, a lot of people don't really hate. That's the thing they hate the most about it, because for them it destroys the aspect of the game, of the global
5
game,
different players from 5 different continents.
exactly,
right?
and that would be crazy that you can basically watch, because now that's the crazy part. Now you have to think. Now you can't have a game in the morning. Your goalkeeper scores a clean sheet. Then on midday, your Eredivisie guy scores a goal. Then on at 4 o'clock, the Prem on, and then at night you watch the MLS. Now it's not really possible anymore. Now Champion Europe will be in between 3 o'clock and 8 o'clock on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then it's done. The competition is done basically then. And now in this global All-Star aspect is a great thing also from a watcher perspective, so that you basically can watch the whole day of football. You know what I mean? And not that you should do that, but I understand that people really like this aspect, that they could sit down on a Saturday, eat their cereals or whatever, the breakfast, watch some Japanese, Asian games, then move on, have some sports session, go back home, watch the Eredivisie, the Jupiler League or whatever, then put on some Bundesliga, then put on the match of the week at night,
MLS
at 6-7, exactly, and then at 11 just go watch on MLS and then call it a day. In a way, like, not
you can
a lot
still
of people
do that. It's just,
but
you might not have a play in every, like, you won't have a lineup this from everywhere, kind of.
Exactly, and that makes most of the excitement as well. Knowing you have one lineup open, or one player open in the lineup to watch that game, then
Yeah, but do you even think they're thinking about it that way?
No, I don't think they're thinking about it that way. But I agree that people would like that, and especially I think Quinny loved this aspect, especially of the
Quinny was is a big advocate of All-Star. He thinks it's one of the reasons why Sorare was is so successful.
It is what it is. Maybe they're gonna bring it back. Probably there's gonna be loads of All-Star special weeklies for sure. Like,
this is a good point from David. We're gonna lose all interest in other regions we don't play, and I know that's already a thing right now. Like, we're already regionalized in some ways. Some people only play Champ, some people play Asia, whatever. I know that happens now, but going back to your point, Fed, of not being able to win cards that aren't playing in that season, or whilst that game week is on, I think it becomes a thing of like, you're like segregated then. Like, not only can you not win somebody this from a different region, because like, let's say if I'm playing Challenger, I can't win a Contender card, obviously, right? So there's leagues I can discover within Challenger, but ultimately I'll never win a card if I'm playing Classic Challenger from Contender. So I just think like a Sorare kind of, are they
limiting themselves?
Like limiting the fact that, because if I could, I'm not saying I want that to happen, but if you were even from a different league, let's say your Contender situation, let's say you're playing Contenders in the summer and all you can win is Asia cards. Well, let's say that rule gets wiped and you can win any card from Contender. Well, now I could go win myself a Croatian card, and now I have a starting. Let's say I just win Labrovic. Let's just say, for example, with my Asia cards over the summer, right? For example, in Contender. Well, then when the European season rolls around, I have a Labrovic card that I can, build a lineup around for
in the classic
Euro
mode,
contenders. Of course, in the classic mode,
because he won't be in season anymore. Because
of course, right? Oh yeah, no, I get that. But what I'm saying is, at least it gives you at least it kind of sparks interest in other leagues.
Yeah, or exactly.
Are they limiting themselves? I really think they might be.
I understand perfect. Like, especially like, let's make a better impact. Let's choose Challenger for it, where in the summer there will basically be only the MLS playing and Brazil.
Okay.
And but there's also the Jupiter League, the Portuguese League, and the
Danish league.
Dutch League. So there's really guys you actually want to win. So basically, if you win a Diego Costa or a Trubin or whatever, you will be excited nevertheless, even if he's not in season or away. So you can actually play him in Classic next
Another
season.
team. You have 3 teams,
Exactly.
you know, or you can have 3 teams.
Exactly.
Like,
by the way,
I
5-0 Porto.
I know. But like the fact that they've made it multi-entry, like I think that's something that has been needed in Sorare in
The
some
multi-entry
capacity.
thing is a bit tricky though for me, for example.
You really go on.
My gallery is too big in a way, especially in rare, that I could line up way more lineups than those 3. And the thing is, should I sell up the rest, or should I wait them for the perfect matchup? Should I keep them for the special weeklies? Because you can only play 3 lineups a season. So
you can play 15 cards in so Classic, isn't it?
Exactly. So you can play only 45 rare cards in Classic if you choose to play 3 lineups per division.
Right.
So that's
but that's not saying Premier League or anything. That's just the 3, like, you know, Classic, Contender, Champ. Yeah.
Exactly. Then you could theoretically be, that's a bit unfair as well, but they need to sell the cards because the licenses are the highest and the most important for them. But what do we have? Do we have Serie A in season? Bundesliga in season?
No. We have Bundesliga in April. In August.
Yeah. Okay. What do we have? Bundesliga,
La Liga,
and Premier League, but no Serie A.
No Serie A. No Liga. No Serie A.
Serie A and Liga, they are only in Champion Europe. So basically, you can play 12 Champion Europe lineups in Classic mode.
Yeah. Champion Europe, Bundesliga, Prem,
and that's crazy.
La Liga.
Because you can only play 3 contender ones, even though there's
so many more
50
leagues,
teams, 50 leagues. You know what I mean?
50 leagues. I know. But that just shows, doesn't it? There's going to be. Does that? Oh yeah, I know. But then, does that?
I never thought about that. That's crazy, to be honest.
Right, it is. I know Chani. I watched a bit of his stream a couple of days ago, and he was like, you know, reshuffling and whatever, and talking about, you know, wanting to just really move into champion a lot more than he is, maybe, or, you know, just add to it. And like, yeah, is champion, or are champion cards, but gonna, like, we know they're going to become more valuable realistically compared to the other 2 regions. We get that on the surface of things,
or at least they won't lose as much value. Let's say like that.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's probably a better way to describe it. But like, I don't know. Like the fact that you can, like you said, Feder, you could technically use, 12 teams. You need 12 goalies there, Feder. Like a Champion Europe goalies are going to become like gold dust. Like how is that going to work? I know we're going to have new cards and whatever, but
yeah.
I don't know. I just think, because like you said, you could only play 3 contender goalkeepers at any given game week. But you could actually play 12, minimum of 12, by the way, because that's not saying any in season. You could play 24.
Exactly. You could play 24 Champion Europe teams. Basically. If you had the money, basically. That's crazy, brother.
These whales who can afford to do it, your Pranksies, why wouldn't they have 24 champion teams?
Why wouldn't they? Like, for real?
Why wouldn't they? If you can afford it, Feder, like, why wouldn't you, you know? And I just think, does that mean we see an increase, not just in goalkeepers, but in any, any position, like in Champion Europe? Because that's where the best prizes are going to be.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sell any Champion Europe card anytime soon, to be honest. Like, just to know who I got or not, basically. We did some good trades. We probably should talk about them later too. I mainly got
point. Yeah.
I mainly got Champion Europe Super S. Like, I got some Americas, but I mainly got Champion Europe that I want to keep as well and play as well. And
but did you have that in mind? Like, was that a conscious effort to do that?
It was a conscious act in a way, because somehow Köln decided to become number 2, so I needed another super Champion Europe player.
Goalkeeper. Yeah.
Gladly, my trade partner was kind enough to give an additional U23 Champion Europe Super Rare goalkeeper. So I have 2 things basically covered now, and hoping that Köln is gonna move in summer, so that I can use him. The problem I have with Köln is, yes, he probably wants to play like everybody else, but realistically speaking, unfortunately, he is signed for AS Monaco, which is kind of a tax haven. So, so if he wants to earn the same, a new club needs to pay him double what he earns now. So who's gonna do that if he's a number 2? You know what I mean?
No one, unless he goes to like Saudi or something.
Unless he goes to Saudi or something, but he won't go to Saudi because he has no name for it. You know what I mean?
Right. Of course. Yeah.
So don't.
It's an interesting one, but yeah, I mean, yeah, going into that sort of trades topic. Yeah, we both did trades with Bambi, didn't we?
Yes, we both did
because we were both in a similar position where we didn't have we couldn't afford to keep uniques anymore. Like there was no point for us to have our uniques, and it made a lot more sense for you and I to have more super rares at the end of the day.
Especially since my uniques, especially, were splitted across all regions.
Okay.
Like I had Champ Europe super unique. I had I had the 2 MLS, and so I got myself some Champion Europe super rares.
So you had Coupe Miners, Coupe Miners, Belanova,
and Saramic.
Samadic, yeah. And I guess Anthony, but you just swapped him in season for out of season, basically.
Yes, as a favor, basically, for in the deal, included in the deal, basically, because he needed the in season one. I won the in season one, so he gave me the all season, which is actually better for me as well.
Yeah, because I was going to say, are you going to play in? Are you going to try and play in season Champ Europe?
Probably,
because you could go Restes, you could go Belanova
until August. Until August for sure, and then probably Restes is going to move into U23 Super Rare.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, but until August, I will not. I would probably try it, play with Thun, Belanova, Restes,
Coupe Miners,
Reinders, and Neto, for example.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. We have like a 7-week period, don't we? Like 6 or 7 weeks between April 1st and the end of the European season.
Exactly.
And I think, yeah, and then obviously we can use these in-season cards to hopefully win some cash of some sort. I don't know how realistic that is, but I'm sure we can try. And I mean, yeah, why wouldn't we try? If we have the cards to do it, if we have the 3 in-season cards to do it, I just think it makes sense to do so.
Yes.
Because otherwise you're limiting, what you can win. If you can only win cards, then it's not. I'm not saying that's definitely not a negative thing, but of course you want to try and win both. Like, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, but I'm like, especially for the last part of the season, I'm probably gonna start in season 1 to try to do that. But yeah,
for sure. And then this is your challenger boys. So you've got 2 goalkeepers basically.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy Stefan Fry Super. That's
like
now a done deal.
Season.
Yeah, new season as well. So I might even play him in season 1.
You could play Kigeri.
Yeah.
You actually don't have that many in season, do you? Really?
No.
Okay, but you only need what? You only need the goalie and then 1 more, basically.
Yeah, but I'm not really. I just need them to play classic, and I'm buying Stefan Fry in season. In the vision that I'm gonna use him in the in-season tournament in, let's say, 1 month or 2 months or something like that. Not to use him right now in the in-season tournament, but in the future.
Yeah. Okay.
And my dream would be to buy Augustin Rossi in Super Rare now as well. So yeah, I'm done with Super Rares. I love them. I'm gonna win them and hopefully win enough of them to sustain a growing and having fun gallery. But I need to buy, like, from money wise aspects, I just want to buy some more goalkeepers, nothing else basically.
So that's what you're in the market for, is goalkeepers.
I need goalies. Like I want a Rossi. Like I'm basically gonna buy 3 more goalies, and then I'm done.
Rossi
in this
plays
regard.
in Brazil, right?
Yeah, he plays in Brazil.
So he would be in Challenger, yeah.
He would be Challenger.
So you would have 4 goalkeepers then, basically.
Yeah, but I would
I guess
choose
you
for
have
the.
you probably have enough outfielders to play them, you know.
Exact. First of all, I have enough outfielders to play all four of them. Let's say
Hmm.
3 classics and one in
In
season.
season.
And
Yeah, yeah.
especially, I don't trust any MLS keeper on every game week.
Of
Like
course, you can't.
you need
Yeah,
to
no, no.
MLS keepers, except Blake maybe because he has a great AA. You
Maybe
need to
Sean
play.
Johnson. They're
Maybe Sean
flying right
Johnson
now.
at the moment.
Yeah.
You need to basically pair with the correct game week where to play him.
Of
Especially
course, yeah.
home games, you can play them,
Yeah.
or when they're playing against a very bad team or whatever. So, but
Mhm.
you can't think you have 3 MLS keepers and I play them every game week if you want to win stuff.
I mean, of
Because
course, yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, so
You can't expect to win stuff
so
every week, really.
I
But
want Agustin Rossi
mhm.
on that behalf. So I have a goalkeeper that I can use every single game week. I don't care who. Maybe not against Palmeiras and Botafogo, but against the rest, I have no problem using him.
Okay, fixture proof, basically.
Basically fixture proof.
Mhm.
And I think they're gonna introduce the Brazilian league anyways this summer because they have to at this point. And then hopefully I'm gonna buy him as a new in-season card as well. So that's
Okay.
the plan. And then I would love to now I have Amani, which is great for the gallery, like really great. That's the biggest piece, and that's the main reason why I did the trade. Um, because I had another offer from another friend of the channel who would have given me Augustin Rossi in the trade, and I really, really wanted Augustin Rossi. You can't
Mhm.
imagine how much I want Augustin Rossi. But now with Köln and Bambi offering me a super rare goalie and Armani basically, yeah, had to be done, and I'm very gladful and I'm very thankful as well for this deal. And of course, it was a kind of friendship deal as well, of like not 100%, but very great. Very looking forward using those cards. Tune Cope Minus I chose because he's most likely going to Juve, also playing in
Interesting.
the Euros. Playing in the Euros,
Mm.
that's big for me. And the I can't pronounce him. What's the Serbian kid, the super
Yeah,
talent? I
yeah, yeah.
really like him. He's also either going to Inter or to Napoli at the end of the season. So
This
hopefully to
guy.
Napoli, being the replacement of Zielinski. Also already starting in the national team. Great, great talent. He was about to go to Inter already this summer, but then his dad basically boycotted the transfer. So yeah, but he's a very,
Oh,
very
really?
great footballer. Apparently,
Mhm.
he's fallen out with the Udine coach at the moment, so he's not really playing anymore. But he's gonna move at the end of the season. This is future investments in the future, and him playing at Napoli or Inter would be great. And he's gonna be a smash at that.
That would be great. I just wanna. I just came to my head. I wanted to mention it at the start of the video, or the start of the pod, but like, how are you feeling about like prices of old season cards compared to these new ones? Like, are we seeing? Like, do you think it's gonna
But
get crazy? Like, what is the multiple? You know?
I think they're crazy, but they're understandably crazy because you can make a lot of money. Like these in-season things are crazy.
Hmm. They're
Like if you
completely
win the
different
Premier
cards,
League
though,
in
Fed, aren't
season,
they? You know?
yeah, but I'll give you an example. If you win this Premier League in season thing, you win 1.5 ETH or something like that. How much do you win? Like 3,000 or
Um,
1 ETH now.
it's something like that. Yeah, yeah,
One
yeah.
ETH. Like there's nowhere else you can win a ETH. Like
Right.
nowhere else. Not even in Allstar Plus, you might win
It's
Mbappe and
point
some.
point eight four ETH, three
That's
thousand dollars.
crazy.
Yeah.
Just an ETH. You don't need to care about selling anything or whatever. That's just
Hmm.
ETH in your bag. You can
Yeah, yeah.
withdraw it. You can spend it. You can do whatever you want with it. So that's crazy. And the possibility to win this multiple times every game week with your new rare cards is going to be huge. And that's why people are going to pay those prices. But I have to say another thing. I'm quite shocked at the auction of super rares in season. They're pretty low. Like the rares
Of
are flying.
MLS or everywhere?
MLS in the only now in season for a whole year basically, which is MLS. I think they're
Hmm.
pretty low. The rares
Do
are
you
flying.
think?
The
Yeah, the
good
rares.
rares are flying. The good rares are flying, like for real. But like, for example, Football Cops, he did an amazing deal with Lucha Costa. He got a Lucha Costa super rare in season for the next whole season, for the next whole year, for less than the last guy bought him on the secondary market like 3 weeks ago.
Really? Let's have a look.
And
I did hear about this, yeah.
So this is very worrying in a way, like especially for the super.
But there's just less people after these supers, right? Like, if we're being honest.
That's also true, especially if you have. There's not as many super Acosta owners, and there will never be that actually also want a super Acosta. And since there's already like 25 on the market, most of them already got served. The demand got
people
served.
have them already.
Yeah, exactly. The demand already got served. So there's not enough demand really for these cards, but it is very frightening, and is a situation that needs to be monitored by Sorare, because the rares kind of are flying at the moment, some of them, but
especially the good MLS ones, aren't they?
Especially the good MLS one. But the super rares are completely underwhelming.
But the issue is, Feder, this is the reason why I think. I mean, it doesn't answer this question fully, because it doesn't matter what scarcity they are. What I'm getting at is, like, you can't use the MLS in seasonness of these cards until April 1st. Okay, so we have.
That's true, but
you know what I mean. Like, we have a month's worth of like not using them.
Yeah, but it's 3 weeks, brother.
I know, but you can use European cards at that point. That's why I don't think people are like rushing too much. I think the rush will happen when like the European season finishes, in a way.
But okay, I agree that could be, and I hope it's gonna happen. I really do. I really do. But going back to the other thing, I don't understand the auction schedule. Maybe because it's not, as you said, in season yet, so they don't auction a quite big amount of chunk at the moment, and just see it as a new introduction of the league at the moment. Because if they auction in this schedule, like at the beginning, there's gonna be like only 15 possible players building a lineup. You know what I mean?
Rare. Yeah.
Not even super rare, like in rare. Like some of them only have like 3 cards yet. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, but in 3
which
weeks,
is good.
like, yeah.
But in 3 weeks, but let's put this to the next season Premier League. If they have the same schedule auction as they do right now for the MLS, it's gonna be the craziest bubble ever. Like for this,
because only a couple of people are going to play, basically,
for the early in-season rare cards, basically. And I don't think they should try to make the situation even happen. And as I think, and if it is logically, they're just waiting until the in-season officially launched, and then they put like 15 in-season Lucha Costas on the market in rare, and then they stop it for like 2 or 3 months or something like that, and you just can win it. Or they have some different data, and I don't want to call them a certain name, and they have other opinions than I have. Let's say that. And because that would be crazy, to be honest. But I hope that it is like you said, it's not in season yet, so we just don't need to auction 15 cards at the moment.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can't gain the in-season benefit from them, realistically.
Exactly.
Are we worried about like old season card prices, Feder, realistically? Like,
yes, in a way, yes, but in another way, no. But yes, they will not be that great, and it's gonna be very hard to sell them. I think it's already
unless they're like star rares.
But not 1. Even them,
because you can play them in the in-season. You got to think like Rodri out of season is as good as an in-season, really, because you can just use the out. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're gonna play them in the in-season comp.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, like let's say the top 1% of cards is gonna be okay-ish to play. I agree with you.
Like, mate,
but the rest is gonna be very difficult. Like, very, very difficult. I think. Like,
like, I know this guy's really old, right? But let me just give you an example. And at the time, he might not have signed on for another season, but it looks like Sven Coombs, okay? Shout out to Andy Black. He looks like to be staying on for another year, Fed, okay?
Yeah.
How much do you think I bought this card for on Saturday? It has good XP, by the way. Like
£10.
£10. I bought him for £9.
Yeah.
£9.48.
Yeah, but you will not.
And I know he's injured. I know he's injured, and like there's reasons like that go against him not being very expensive. I understand, but Jesus, like £9 Feder.
Yes, that's but
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean, bro.
Like
But
I know he's out of season. I know he's old. Like I know this fact is going against him, right? But it looks like he's like they want to offer him another year. Like fact, like
man,
what
but
they want.
I think there were some people that got a Dan rare for 25 euros.
No, yeah. So on the weekend, I was looking at a Dan, and I was like, led, like he's £40. There was load. Oh, he's only 50 now.
Yeah, this
Like,
is
he's
crazy.
not. World Trade Center has one up for £50. Like, and he's okay. Yeah, I was looking at these. I was literally gonna buy a lot of these. I swear on my life. I was saying to Led, like, Led, what is going on? Like, he's £50. Another one actually. I know we're getting into like this is not negative. This is just stating facts. Okay, I don't know if he's worth it. Yeah, okay. So earlier you could buy in season Trevor Carson for £37, Feder.
You still can.
Well,
That's his
yeah.
auction.
What do you mean? There's only one
Yeah.
up for sale right now.
Yeah, I know, but the auction went for 37. That's
Well, no, these are public offers as well.
Yeah, but the auction 38.
Yeah,
Like that.
12 hours ago. But like somebody put it on Twitter, I think it was Sorare on a budget or something because he supports Dundee. And to be fair, Carson missed the last game. Again, there's reasons for these. I'm not saying like these are like the best deals ever, but what I'm getting at is like, are people just missing a trick right now, or is everyone just flooding?
It's a lot of
like
I would say like 60%. 60% is on Sorare, like for real. It has to be said. 60% is on Sorare.
Okay, but is that because they're not telling us the price pools? They're not getting us excited in a way.
No. In general, what they're doing the last 1.5 years, basically. So 60% of this dramatic price reduction is on Sorare. That there will be a price reduction should have been clear to everybody starting 3 years ago, something like that, because it's just demand and supply. But this dramatic price reduction is 60% Sorare and 40%, or let's say 55% Sorare and 45% us users, because we're complete imbeciles, complete apes, and
some of the prices.
Yes,
like people are
and destroy our prices ourselves just for the quick profit
like,
and whatever.
I know.
And
it's hard. Like it's just crazy. It's actually crazy. Like
I also think brother. It's not easy.
No, it's not. Like some of the prices I'm seeing, it's hard to adjust to. Like going back a year or 2 years ago.
Yeah.
We're buying Daniel Utkins for like £700, and now he's like £20. Like things like that is just crazy, isn't it? If you think back, like it's just nuts.
It is
like,
crazy. So it has to be the plateau, and if it goes any further, like drastically further.
But can it go further? Like
oh man, I don't know, man. I never thought it would have gone further than man. £38 for a starting goalkeeper in rare, brother.
In season.
I thought £150 would have been the lowest we could ever get. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm not saying it can't get lower than that.
Well, no, I know.
Maybe in 1 year he's worth £15. I don't know. You know what I mean?
This is interesting from Charlie. I personally think they will try and focus more on instant buy. Maybe they auction the first 10 slowly and then instant buy a good chunk moving forward. That could be interesting for like weekends when people FOMO into cards, like, and you can't buy him. There's always
I'm not
that
a big
scenario.
Fan of instant buy though.
You're not?
No, because it's the price. You can't. The market will never rise.
It will, but they rise it on how many buy the instant buy, no?
Yeah, but it's much harder to raise the market than on auction and than somebody just pushing into 1,000. But it's also way harder to push it down. So it has its benefits and it's
like it's more stable,
negatives.
But it's not as like like it can't go as crazy,
But then if there's another Deegan or a stupid guy just puts the other guy for £50 less, the new in-season card is gonna go £50 less as well because it's just in the system, and then it's just tripling. So it's not great. They need to find a lot of solutions to make things viable and to make things work. But I'm at this point they have to. They also made their bed, and they also now have to lie in it, and they have to make it perfect. They can't just put in a trash bag and sleep in a trash bag. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. The only thing that worries me is like how late, like why is everything got to be delayed, Feder? Like this is not like I don't want to rant for the next 15 minutes, but that's the only thing, and I think everyone's mentioned that. Like everyone, I could speak for any sort of creator, anyone that speaks about Sorare in any way, anyone on Twitter. It doesn't have to be a fucking creator, just anybody with a that just speaks about the game and in the community. I don't think like everyone's in universal agreement that it's just not good, man. Like it's just crazy.
So product management is not really good, for sure, because you have some roadmaps and you do that, especially to get it out for the roadmap. And it has to be done. But I can't judge. I haven't been in there, so I can't judge. Maybe there's other internal factors that are
we don't see
hindering the growth or whatever.
No, but Feder, it's more like don't tell us we're going to get it at the end of or the start of Feb or the start of March.
It's a cliche, but it's a cliche. It's just a cliche. I don't want to say it. It's a stupid cliche. It's not true. So I'm not saying it. So
like I have faith in them getting it right, but as far as timing goes, I just worry that timing. They've never been able to nail timing, have they? And I understand this is a unicorn product. I speak about that all the time. That it's hard to adjust to things, and the market moves in certain ways, and you can't foresee them. But it's just don't tell us you're going to give us something and then not give it. Just please, just don't say.
Yeah, that's.
I'd rather you say nothing. Just say nothing.
Yeah, but we talked about this a lot of times. Rather say nothing, but it's just they have to hype something as well for investor reasons, probably, and telling them, oh, we're going to launch it then and then let's see the KPIs and everything. So there's a lot of internal stuff going on for sure. They should not hype it as much. I think they learned a bit about it. They're not hyping it as much anymore, but like this constant delays is just killing the vibe a lot of times. Like so killing the vibe. Like it's like being on a date and you know what happens,
Yeah.
But it's just killing the vibe, and they need to get their shit together in a way in this regard, because people are counting on them. People they trusted them with a lot of money. Do
you think that they don't understand, or do they underestimate maybe how much we as users care about prize pools and prizes? Do you think they think we don't care as much?
Yes, because I can justify that because the reward pool is shit since 2 years and they never did something.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Good point. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, because if it was that much of a priority, you would argue for us, if that makes sense.
Yes.
That's what it is. If they knew from day dot or whatever that 99% of people playing this game, they're not here for collecting. Really, like there's a couple that are, but realistically, people are here to win things. And Led's spoken about that many a times, and everyone has. Like it's not rocket science to work that out. But clearly, there is definitely a miscommunication somewhere. There has to be.
There has to be. And if it were, and being a user-focused company, as I always say, people should not sleep until this is resolved, basically. But apparently, it isn't as important because people are still sleeping in a way. You see what I mean.
No, I do. Surface says, my speculation is that the reward info was delayed because it was based on trailing revenues, and they have, of course, been plummeting because everyone is waiting to buy anything based on said news.
That could be the case, but if the rewards now are going to be bad as well, then we're just in a like in a, how do you say that, like a
spiral or something,
a devil's spiral, and because then people will buy even less, then they have to adjust it even more and everything. So they need to come in and say, as they said with the Premier League, and I think they're going to do that, this is the prices for the next 2 years. We can hold them. We like the state is supposed to do it with the pension. We take away this money. We don't touch this money for nothing else, and this is just for the pension in the way. And they should do that. That's the money for the prize pool for the next 2 years. It's safe. It's done. Nothing can happen to it.
Got you.
And that's what they should do. And what I would have done if I would be the entrepreneur in Sorare, like leading, managing, whatever Sorare. But it could be, Surface could be right. I don't think it is, and I hope it isn't, to be honest, because that would be a bit foolish. And but yeah.
Tim asks what is actually happening on 29th.
Everything's gonna change, brother.
Everything's changing basically, Tim. So if on the screen now you can see, what happens now. So like on the left, this is what we're playing right now, basically, Cap 240s and whatever. And then from March 29th onwards, so game week 463, these are literally all the competitions. Like those are going to disappear down the bottom. So no rare pro, no limited 270s, no kickoff. Scarcity bonus technically goes, and then legends are gone as well. And then this is all we have. So we have in-season prem, off-season prem, in-season champ, off-season champ. Same for contender and challenger. And then all-star, under 23, and then the cap modes. They will only be there won't be an in-season competition for them. And then
they will also disappear. They will also disappear in August, right?
Right, and then from August 24, this is all we'll have. It's just
this
all
is also crazy, by the way, because there's even less competitions to be played with old cards.
Yeah, but that's excluding special weeklies and stuff. So
excluding special weeklies, as I said, they have to ball it out of the park, and
I agree.
They should do the financial projection without the revenues based on last month. Like, I hope they were not stupid. They were not as stupid to think that their update they brought is gonna bring prices up. I hope not. I hope to God that wasn't the case. Maybe they thought everything's gonna go up, and then we can recalculate the price pools. You know what I mean?
Right.
Based on I hope that was not the case, because it was kind of foreseeable that people would panic and don't know what to do.
But in a way, Feder, do they not just really care about in-season cards? Because that's where they're getting the revenue from, really. I know they get the 5% market fee of secondary, but surely their worry is what are new season cards going for? And if they're going for a lot of money, do they really care about old season? I know that sounds horrible.
Yeah, but exactly. But if they do, even in that projection, they should make in-season cards valuable. And even then, they should not do their financial projection on future not known revenues. They should, as I said before, take away 2 million for, or like 4 million, 2 million for 2024 and 2 million for 2025. And then we talk about it in 2026 when we need to do the new financial projection for it, basically.
Yeah.
And we don't touch the money. We just put it in the bank, get the 3% interest fees as well, and done.
Charlie says, do you think it's reasonable for prize pool cash to adjust throughout the season? For example, if Rodri went from £1,000 to 500, should cash prizes be adjusted?
No, it should not. But because then people who bought him for 1,000 is going to be even more fucked.
Right, but they had more. You could argue they had more utility than the guy.
But they can't do that based on. If they do that, it's just a tripling spiral, because it's just going to be lower, 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 and it will never go up.
Mm-hmm.
We need to start up and go up, and then hope the market comes up with it as well. But if we go down, 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 the market will go down. There's no way the market will go up if we go down. No way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, Daniel says he's excited for the 29th. I am as well. I think we all are.
I'm very excited at the moment already, because it is what it is. It's gonna change, and we have to play the new game.
You have to adjust.
Exactly, and we have to enjoy it and have to play it. So it has no sense reminiscing about the past or whatever. But
this is a good point from Ian. Revenue was also a bit skewed because the Starknet probably slightly inflated thing. Did you get your Starknet, by the way?
Yeah, of course I did, but I kept it. I kept it at Stark.
Did you?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Man, I don't need the ETH in Sorare. I'd rather have the Stark, and in 10 years it might be 5k than you know what I mean?
Yeah. I get that. It's 160 quid. It's a lot of money to some people,
it is a lot of money, but I'm a gambler. Man, I'm a gambler. If I wouldn't be a gambler, I wouldn't be on Sorare. You know what I mean? So
right, yeah, no, I get it. I get
So
that.
I rather take the 160 and maybe make a 10x in 5 years. Don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Daniel says
It's
new season
anyways.
João Paulo going for 2.5x the old season.
Yeah, that's good. That's very good.
That's what it should. I say it should be. What is the multiple?
In season didn't even start. So
Right.
let's
Yeah.
hope it's gonna go even higher when they come out.
Daniel's mad that you can't get the Starknet token in America. Yeah, that is frustrating for sure. I know a lot of American Sorare users are pretty annoyed about that. What's Tim saying here? Yeah, for me, Cap 240 mode doesn't matter because I was too late submitting a lineup. Okay, so you weren't even able to play 240. That's another interesting thing. Like,
are you
people's
Dutch? Tim, are you Dutch? Where are you from?
I think so. Yeah, he was talking in Dutch to Sorare Holland earlier, I think. Yeah, I don't know. Now I'm honestly buzzing for the start of April. To be honest, like I do, I love playing.
Buzzing. Like for real, like I need to, as we said last pod might have come a bit depressed or whatever, but I needed to be changed, so completely focused on that, and I'm excited to focus on that again. Like
I think once we know the prize pools, you're going to be buzzing. I think as soon as the prize pools come out, I think Feder is going to be absolutely buzzing. He's going to be buying his Stefan Fries. He's going to be buying his Rossies.
I'm going to buy my Stefan Fries anyways, but
I know.
But it depends.
But you know what I mean? I just think in general, the mood, I think the FOMO will kick in, Feder, because as soon as people can see things on paper and go, okay, they're giving away how much cash? They're giving away how many reward boxes? Like, I think once that is all laid out for us, Feder, I really do think.
I hope they don't unimpress, because lately Sorare has the itch to unimpress.
I know. And yeah, what is the start date of the MLS in-season tournament? Guys, it'll be game week 463, as you can see on screen here. So that'll be, it says 29th of March. That's literally it. Johnny says, I'm thinking of splashing out on an in-season Cincy team.
Rare or limited?
And classic Philly, and maybe another classic team, but don't know if I'm going to go for another stack or a mix. What do you think? I always think mixes are good. I'm not a big fan of full stacks personally. I don't know about you, Feder, but I don't love full stacks. It depends, but it depends. But I think I prefer mixed stacks personally.
Mixed stacks are great. Full stacks are great. Also, just need to know when to play which.
Right. Yeah, but I think
I would never like full stacks in a
midweek, of course.
In a midweek is
they're gonna go soon. We're not gonna have midweeks, so.
But special midweeks, yeah.
Right, yeah, but you can't buy things on speculation.
It's just sometimes they're really valuable if they really play a bad team, but most of the time the best thing is to go with the mixed.
Most of the time, yeah. But like Feder said, there is definitely merit for both.
I won plenty of stuff with full stacks.
Oh no, I know.
Plenty of stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Apparently now I can't even play my sporting full stack anymore, which sucks, but
no, it done.
Man, that really, like, I've been so unlucky. That's why also I want the new system, because I just need to change page. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. So you can. Yeah. There's just different computations, right, of teams that you can build, and things are just gonna.
Yeah, I don't need Adan anymore necessarily, like for being a smasher team. I could trust Thunderford sometimes, because I don't know. We don't know how those divisions are gonna be. You know what I mean?
I know.
It's just going to be very exciting on this day forward. And I know a lot of people are actually counting the days that the new system is coming, like for real. And has no sense crying back the past. If one door closes, the other door opens, as always in life. And it is what it is. I was depressed as well, because there was so many change happening the last 2 months.
It was overwhelming, wasn't it? It was
too many. Where the changes personally, so rare-wise. Now I settled a bit, and I reanalyzed it, and I'm having fun again setting the lineups, which is my main indication to see how healthy my interest is in Sorare. To be honest, in having fun setting the lineups, it's gonna be very great, and I am very, very excited to see what I'm gonna do with my Rare Pro stacks. Because my initial idea now is to start it with how I have it right now, then see what works, what doesn't work, and then get rid of what doesn't work, amplify what works, basically.
Are you open to playing super rares in rare?
No.
No.
This will never happen in my gallery because I can't justify paying 5 times as much and then playing it in the same
Right.
scarcity, you know?
Right, but if there's like a random midweek or something,
Yes.
potentially.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Especially now because I still lack goalies, super rare goalies. So I still need some until depth is re-established, because it was established. It is great. And man, I'm hearing, I can say, from bigger accounts again, asking me again, who should I buy? Who shouldn't I buy? What should I buy? And that's great news at
Good
the end of the day,
sign. Yeah.
because I haven't heard that in like 6 months or something like that. You know what I
Really?
mean? And
Do you think that's the MLS situation?
that's not only the MLS, that's Serie A situation and
Okay.
Bundesliga.
Yeah.
I mainly get questions to Bundesliga, Serie A, and MLS basically,
Right. Yeah.
and from all type of whales, and that flattened out loads in the last 6 months, because you had your teams, you were set, you're done basically.
Didn't have to do much. Yeah. If you had a big enough
Nothing
gallery, you could just.
exactly. Bam, and you win the stuff
Mm,
you win, or you trade away for what you want, and easy peasy, easy riding. But now it's completely different game, and you need to every new season, which could be a big positive also in engagement. Every new season, you have to reevaluate: do I want this card? Do I want that card? It's not, oh, I have this card ready, let's just roll it with it. You know what I mean? And then see
yeah.
what happens. So
Yeah.
that's
There's a
it's gonna
lot
be
of change.
exciting. There's the initial thought and the initial update is a great update. Now it's up to them how they execute it. That's all. Now it's just up to them how they execute it. And if they fail, that's 40%. That's 30% on us users, because we're just whiny bitches, and 70% of them not executing it right if it doesn't work. You know.
Right. Yeah. No, I completely agree. Yeah, Charlie says here it's basically a set and forget game for a while.
Yes, exactly. For sure, like for real. Like, even only if you were like a sicko like me and you always wanted to grow and whatever, you were planning in who to buy, what to change, and not selling the others because you still want to add the others. And now it's a really strategic game again, and it brings this aspect of new life form as well. And this is it's actually great. But as I said, 30%, if it doesn't work, it's on us, because we are whiny. We are, like, for real.
You are. I'm joking.
No, I'm not. I'm not whiny that much. I'm just saying I'm honest. But I'm
No, I'm joking.
and
I'm messing with you.
70% on the execution on Sorare, like, for real.
Yeah, I mean, they're in control. They're in the driver's seat. We're in the fucking we're in the boot. Like, we're not in the fucking passenger seat. We're
And
not
now
driving.
now the question is if they drive us on the plank or the drive us on the highway. That's the thing.
Right. Yeah. 70 miles an hour, sticking to the speed limit, but good driving. Like, really
Either
good.
highway or a tree. That's it, basically. There's nothing in between anymore. Like, for real.
I know. It's just extremes, isn't it? Everything feels extreme.
Like, at this point, because they did this superbly new bet and didn't incrementally increase or decrease it, it's either the tree or it's either the highway. It's nothing in between anymore, boys.
It's straight into the tree, or you're just flying on the highway. Yeah,
100%, brother.
I know. Okay, well, that's been honestly a really good little chat. I've enjoyed that a lot,
Of course,
I hope you
do.
have at home as well as a view feder. And yeah, it's been fun. It's been constructive in ways, and yeah, I'm excited for the future as you are. I know, don't want to speak for you, but I know that's we share that
I think
opinion.
People understood that in this episode. I just wanted to begin now, and I'm basically Theodin in front of the wall when all the Urukais come at and when he say, so it begins. That's basically me at the moment. And now we have
Photoshop you. Just make a Photoshop of Feder.
And now we have to win against those bastards of Urukais, and then we won.
No, I agree, man. I agree. Okay, lads, I really do appreciate you. Please do leave a like on the podcast or the stream before you leave. And yeah, Feder, it's been an absolute pleasure, mate.